Hey guys, welcome to Sopi Mix Studio Umbiamas, conectando Aruba com o mundo via vídeo podcasting. Conectar conosco, compartilhar ideias e histórias para nos inspirar e para conan abrir. Sopi Mix Studio é plataforma de podcast na Aruba. Follow-nos riba Facebook, subscribe riba YouTube ou riba plataforma de podcast preferido. Escute o podcast preferido que hora e onde que está. Sopi Mix Studio, powered by Subway. Passa na Subway para o sop, salada, wrap ou flatbread e mais fresco. Cucheta localidade Ronde Aruba. Nós está cerca de Ibo. Subway. Swing Masters. Organizando events, conferences ou weddings. Mister de luz, sound, staging, DJ, trussing ou flatscreen. Swing Masters está claro para ser boa fiesta éxito. Swing Masters. E agora, Sopi Mix Studio é plataforma de podcast de Aruba, está apresentar.
Rise and shine, Aruba! Happy MuherFabulosa Monday! Amiga, abota klapa, trece cambio na bida, pero edisyong aqui de MuherFabulosa, no estava switch over, tiki-tiki pa transition full ding Engels, ding inglês, pas na kinanos per reach, mas persona e mas mujer moderno possível na Aruba, ding Caribe e rond mundo. Pues, first and foremost, wishing all our fabulous women, MuherFabulosas, a very good Set the Tone Monday. And as you know, first and foremost, allow us from Sopi Mix Studio to show our gratitude to our partners that make all the podcasts possible here at the Sopi Mix Studio Aruba. A big shout out goes to Subway and Swing Masters. And yes, hello, I am a Josie and I am super happy here every Monday to help you set the tone on Mondays, to live a life full of purpose, filled with happiness, abundance, and lots of love. Together with my greatest partner, Sate at Aruba and Faye, we are presenting episode number 10. Woohoo! Episode number 10 here at Sopi Mix Studio. So during our MuherFabulosa episodes, we aim to inspire, to motivate and to educate you, Muher ng Fabulosa, but also to the fabulous men on the island and beyond to live a purposeful life. Of course, you're asking yourself, who is a Muher Fabulosa? Do I belong to that group? Of course you do. Hello. Of course you do, amiga. You are a Muher Fabulosa. The mother, the professional, the entrepreneur, the sister, the amiga, and all the women who are striving to live a life of full potential and to survive in the midst of a pandemic. So all of you out there that are women, you are fabulous. I want you to remind yourself of that every morning as you wake up. So yes, during our episode number 10, as you saw our social media platforms of Sopi Mix, we will be talking today to my favorite amiga fabulosa, Angie Wallace, who changed her life in a matter of weeks. And she will be sharing today her life-changing experience. Also, not only to share her experience, but more so to inspire you to change your life as well, because that's what you deserve. Nothing less, but only more of blessings and abundance in your life. But before we continue with our podcast topic of the day, changing lives, allow me to share my affirmation with you this morning. So, I am a powerful woman and I will manifest all that I am and live the life to my fullest potential. That's what you deserve, right? Isebo merece. I am a powerful woman and I will manifest all that I am and live my life to my fullest potential because I deserve it. Affirm that, amiga. Palantispil, afirma ese. Stand in front of the mirror and affirm it. But our thought of the week goes like this from our Life and Dare Practical Wisdom newsletter from my friend Giovanni. Don't be a victim. When you complain, you make yourself a victim. Leave the situation, change the situation, or accept it. All else is madness. Eckhart Tolle. Reflection. Every week we share the thought of the week, and it comes with reflections and an exercise. So please take note, and if you don't manage to take all the notes, don't worry, you can rewatch the podcast of MuherFabulosa on your favorite podcast platform via Sopi Mix Studio Aruba YouTube channel, Facebook, or Instagram. So the reflection goes like this. When an expectation, big or small, is broken, we sometimes express our dissatisfaction by complaining. It's an easy reaction and natural response to disappointment. The problem is, most of the times, complaining accomplishes nothing. It just creates needless stress in our body and mind, and often in other people, without fixing the situation in the first place. The more we complain, the more we are training ourselves to perceive negativity and to react to it negatively. Complaining also makes you a victim, which is a deeply disempowering place to be. And you know, when you are a victim, since you have almost no power to change anything, you are more likely to just engage in more complaining. It's a vicious circle. I will translate this in papiamento for my lovely people of Aruba. Si na momento que nós está bezig, lo que Giovanni que bisa nós está pa nós não tá vítima, right? Na momento nós está complain atrobe, nós turta hasi e crimen inanan. Sei que men no pensa que abo no ta hasi, because we all do. It's a crime we all commit. So whenever que nós hinka nós mesma posição que nós está zeur of queja de situação nang que ta passa, pois obviamente tá molestianos, right? Nós temos que pensar que no momento nós não larga a situação e atrás, nós queda hincada em G. Pois é hora lo que Eckhart Tolle quer dizer nós tá, que nós temos que sair foi a situação, processar para lo que está, aceitar, mas se não tur outra coisa que bem rond de essa aqui tá madness, right? So reflexão tá bisa que a maioria viaja gente tá complain, ora sua expectativa não, com grande ou com chiquito que é portar guarda quebrar. Nós tá expressar que é complaining aqui nos dissatisfação e essa aqui está uma reação natural que nós turtim, so nós turta humano, right? Nós está sinti. O problema está no momento que nós queda hincado em esse círculo visual e nanan de situação e não há que uma salida ou há que é positivo for DJ, está solamente trece mais negativismo em nos vida. Deve ser sempre que o estral radius de uma mimanta chega para mim sempre tá elemento positivo não só, mas que drenta, mas nem boia com tique negativo, tá sabe que botin custar. Sei que men laga nos purba pone nos mes de more empowering thought of brain of thought at least para que a situação purba para que tu rato reflexionar que a situação aqui tá que la hasipabo so far, ando que lo ta outcome si bo sali for DJ anterior, bote wato recostan positivo e seguro não queda sem manifestar ou afirmar bo gratitude tur dia pa e costan que botin presente de bobida e bota wa costan bonita lo vai passa. So our exercise for this day, for this week is this one. Complaining less doesn't mean to passively accept things that are not right in your life. No. I am always for taking intelligent action. When action is needed, the thing is, such action rarely is to complain. So here is something for you to try. For the next 3 days, whenever you feel the urge to complain, ask yourself, will complaining change the situation? Sei que pa exercise de simang kita, pa 3 dias largo, ora bo sinti e gana, e urgência que botin ku queja. Senti que muito que remi. Pensa rato e situação aqui lo porta diferente se me just queda hincada em dia of complain. Point 1. If it will, then voice your concerns and suggest a solution to the problem. Start by saying something positive, then express in clear and calm language what the problem is, followed by a specific request or recommendation with the intention of fixing the problem. So, se acontece assim, o complaining lo cambia a situação, e ora vociferar o pensamento não bem com solução para o problema. Dor de pensar algo positivo e expressar clear e calmo i-comunica, bo concern de caso aqui nanang, e bem com solução, também cambia full e maneira como você mira a situação. Point number 2, if it won't, then you can either take the steps you need to change the situation or simply accept and let it be. In both cases, complaining will do no good for you. Se que men se contesta no, de caso inanan toma step para trece cambio na situação. Aceitar, processar, anto move on di esa aqui para dor, di zeur e complain e que da hincada em vicious cycle inanan não trazer nada positivo ni para a saúde mental, ni para a mente, ni para a alma e menos para o coração. So finally, if you want to take this habit change more seriously, ito hope importante. It is very important that we acquire new habits and change our way of seeing things and step out of the vicious cycle. So if you have not taken the notes yet for this specific thought of the week exercise, you can always rewatch Soppy Mix Studios through your favorite podcast. Yes, happy growing. So I'm so excited for this. I would want to call it even a growing episode because I've been pretty much in contact with my dear, awesome, fabulous friend Angie for a couple of weeks, if it's not a month already, and she's been sharing this fabulous, life-changing experience that she experienced herself, but more so how she's trying to communicate this life-changing experience and help others do the same. Angie, bon dia.
Bon dia, mi amiga.
How are you doing?
I am amazing. I'm sitting here in Florida. My hometown is DeLand, Florida, where I grew up, at a friend's house talking to you. I got to see my family and my friends this week for Thanksgiving. So I'm really happy to be on vacation, but still talking to you and inspiring people.
Yes, I'm so happy that you made time during your vacation for us to have this conversation, because we've been talking about this for weeks, right? And I know that the whole thought behind changing lives is for some people a fairy tale, and for others a little bit surreal to see the changes happening with them. But I would like you to tell me a little bit more of your experience. What has been happening to you this past couple of weeks, if it's not a month or months, that brought you on this path?
Well, so I was up one night, just like many other people, I think now that are in business. Obviously, I've been in business for almost 20 years in Aruba and St. Martin, the owner of Indulgence Spas and Salons. And in fact, I made it through the pandemic, or the plandemic, however you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I made it through that experience, but I think by the skin of my teeth, basically. Mm-hmm. I managed all of my employees, but I was burnt out, and I was looking for a mentor and a coach. I was looking for somebody to help me change my mindset and get on a positive path. Mm-hmm. And so what you're talking about for complaining, we have to always, I think, just realize our blessings in life. And so I landed upon this amazing man by the name of Darren Gibson. Mm-hmm. And he worked Proctor for 7 years. Bob Proctor is from the movie The Secret, law of attraction and manifestation and personal development. And so I started working alongside Darren and doing a mindset shift. Really changed my life in a short period of time, and coming along with it, I have launched a global business. We started in Aruba, and now we're in Holland and in St. Martin and Curacao and the Caymans, Jamaica, and the United States on my team. But we're in 192 countries globally, and 95% of what we do in life is our mindset, and it's 5% strategy, and that's for any business, really. And so you talk about complaining, and what I do every day is I start out my day saying, I am so happy and grateful because I am sitting here inspiring women like yourself, many women across the world. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm here in Florida with my family, my friends. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy and I'm alive. I'm so happy and grateful that I woke up this morning. So when you focus on the positive and you really practice gratitude every day, it really changes your life.
It for sure does. And it's I specifically, I think, I did not choose my thought of the day. It just popped up in my email just like every Monday. So I just go with it because I'm for sure it has a connection with the topic. And when I read it, I'm like, oh my God, this is so what we're going to talk about, right? But as you mentioned, right, it's 95% mindset and 5% strategy. How are you putting, because you're already a business owner and you have already 3, if not more, spas here on the island with multiple services, but you managed to have that mindset and to connect still and make the change to have another business on a more international platform. How do you do it? Because I'm for sure some people are thinking like, oh my God, yeah, it's easy. She has an assistant or whatnot, right? That's the first thing that would come to mind for other people that don't understand what it is. But how do you manage to do it all?
Yeah. Well, prioritizing my day and planning it out. Because I have a global team now for this new business, which, by the way, is the main thing where we have a travel platform, and we also have an educational platform for trading. So it's trade to travel and travel to trade. And so I just prioritize my day. I still manage all of my spas and my salons in Aruba and St. Martin. Mm-hmm. So I get up early and I work late. Some people have asked me, how am I doing it? How do I manage the time? Well, I said when I first opened my first spa, I worked 15 to 16 hours per day, 7 days a week, because that's what it takes when you're launching a new business. Mm-hmm. You have to go above and beyond. You have to make sacrifices when you're launching a new business. So I'm making sacrifices now for the long term. I was talking to my family here, and I said, I want to be the first generational millionaire in my family. Not because it's not about the money for me. It's really about being able to help as many people as I can. I want to retire my mother. She's 69. She's a hospice nurse. She's still working. She left yesterday because she had to go back to work in Georgia today. I want to pay off her mortgage. I want to keep training and educating and leading women around the world to realize their potential. And if you help enough people in your life, if you really have a passion for helping other people, money and everything else will follow you. It's a very simple concept. I've never been driven by money. I've always been driven by passion for what I do. Mm-hmm. I say it many times, if it's all about the money, I would quit a long freaking time ago. Mm-hmm. But it's really about inspiring other women, and not just women, but men. But of course, just like you, I have a sincere passion to help women, more so to realize, I found out in this business, the first thing that I do with people is, what are your goals? What are your dreams? And most people have never written down a goal. They've never focused on achieving a goal. Mm-hmm. They gave up on their dreams a long time ago because they think that this is it. Like, you work just for somebody else for the rest of your life, for 40 hours per week, for 40 years, to retire with like 40% of your income. Well, guess what? We have a platform now that this is not it. You can think larger and you can think bigger. And if you really want to help other people, then everything else will follow.
You mentioned 2 things I think everybody is very interesting in, right? You mentioned trade and travel. So what does that entail? What does the business entail? What is the business of trade and travel? Because when you think travel, oh yeah, she's getting paid to go on vacation, right? The influencer thing to do, but it's more than that, right?
Yes, it's an amazing platform. When I found the business, that's what I was the most excited about because obviously we're in a Caribbean destination.
Mm-hmm.
So we get our very own travel platform. Everybody gets their own travel website. And we beat competition pricing by up to 30%. So competition pricing means that we beat Expedia, bookings, hotels.com. We have cruises, hotels, excursions, rental cars, all on our platform. I've traveled to Dubai. In October, I went to Dubai. I saved 15% on my 5-star hotel. So basically 5-star resorts at 3-star pricing.
In Dubai.
I've gone to Houston. Yes, Dubai was amazing. I also went, that was to meet my team in Dubai, our global team. I went to Houston. I stayed at the Hyatt. I also stayed at the Hyatt. I was just in Miami for a horse competition for my daughter. And we also booked on my site and also saved 20% off compared to the big dogs. So the good thing is that we're in a recession-proof business because think about it. Soon as the pandemic, soon as the borders opened, what did everybody want to do?
Travel.
They wanted to travel. Travel is the largest economy in the world, believe it or not. And we really, at some point during the beginning of the pandemic, I thought like, okay, Aruba is done. We are done. If the borders don't open and the airports don't open and the resorts don't open, we're going to have a major problem. But the good news is that everybody loves Aruba and everybody loves to travel. And so we have a recession-proof business. So that's the travel side of it. It's I Go Travel for less. Everybody maybe we can provide our Instagram. They can reach out to you on Instagram to find out more about the business opportunity, which is global in 192 countries. And then our other platform that I'm super excited about, and it's really inspiring, is the Elevate platform, which is an educational platform to teach you how to trade. It's just for education, to teach you how to trade on the Forex market. And there's carpenters, there's teachers, there's accountants, there's doctors. We have every walk of life on our team that are really learning how to manage and grow their money and take back their financial power, actually, in fact, that most people never had. And so it's an educational platform. It's amazing. We have it in 7 languages. We have 16 of the best instructors from around the world that are teaching our people how to multiply their money.
That's a very interesting concept you just mentioned, how to multiply your money, because my question to you is, I have the Elevate platform open for my next question. However, for this one, do you think, I know some people are thinking in the midst of a pandemic, it's not time to invest into a new business, or it's time to be more cautious with how and where you put your money into. However, we know Diamanta Koch, which is a local artist living in Amsterdam. She launched in Amsterdam on the same day that the lockdown and repercussions started in Holland. And it got me thinking, so the question is this: do you think now more than ever we should be ready to take back our power and see business on a more international level?
Yes. And then I think that in our business, especially because you can take it with you wherever you want on the smartphone, put the phones to work for you. And more people than ever in the whole entire world are looking for an opportunity to work whenever and wherever and however they want. So many people have been their lives have been so fragile because they're so dependent on their employers, and only the strong survive during the pandemic. So more people are working from home. not only for starting their own businesses, but because the traditional setting for businesses, offices have moved home because everybody's in a lockdown.
Yeah.
So in fact, instead of we have a recession-proof business, as I said earlier, because like Diamante is a perfect example. She launched this business in the Netherlands in the same week that they went into lockdown. And her business is exploding because people are tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
They want to take control of their lives.
Yeah.
And they don't want to depend on an employer or the government to provide for them. So it's a great time to be in a home-based business that's global and 192 countries. So we spread across all of Europe, of course, and all of the United States and through the islands and beyond. So it's really inspiring. It's really inspiring. And I love working with Diamante and amazing women like yourself who have a crystal clear vision of where they want to go and how they want to change others. And then she has such a sincere passion of helping people. And I just love that about so many people on my team.
You know, I think it's the time, right? Because we've all been longing, especially women, to have more time. And it makes me remember one of the mindset calls that Darren had, and he said it's not the life-changing element of the money, is thinking about the freedom. And you know, I keep reminding myself that every day. It's not the money. You just mentioned it just now too. It's not about the money you will be acquiring with your business, but it's more so the amount of people you're helping getting that freedom. Because especially now in the midst of a pandemic, and here on Aruba, we were talking about this just this morning, Jeff and I, and indeed, all the FASA and all the salaries subsidized of the government are being stopped. So for those people who don't have other means or source of income, or are looking into having a more prosperous, abundant life and change their life, this would be the time to do something like that. I mean, both you and I, we have different types of business, of course. However, I believe that the F&B business in some aspect has suffered a lot, especially being in the main street. But I do think that also the creative industry is suffering a lot. Now, not only in Holland, because Diamante is very much into the creative entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs in Holland, but here on the island, nevertheless, arts and culture, and for the creative, it has been 2 years of a lot of suffering with no income whatsoever. Do you believe maybe that that this would be a great way for creatives to have a more from home business aside from their arts and music and crafts?
Oh yes, absolutely. You know, I think that the business, as I like to say, it's for anybody, but not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What I found in a very short period of time of having this global business is that a lot of people want change, but they're not willing to do what it takes to have change.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a simple process. The system is so duplicatable. But you have to work on your mindset. You have to really believe in yourself. And like I said, the mindset trainings with Darren are everything to me. I mean, if you were to go to a Bob Proctor seminar, you would spend $15,000 to $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Darren is like is a young, modern Bob Proctor, and we get this training every day for free.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how few people really take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mindset shift has changed so much for me. Before I started this new business, every day when the sun would rise, I would be like, oh my goodness, I have to do this again, because I was really focusing on the issues and the problems. And when I switched my mindset to focus on the positive and the opportunity of changing other people's lives, immediately my life changed. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm so motivated. I mean, yes, I work a lot. People are like, oh my God, but you work so much. Yes, because I love what I'm doing. When you're passionate about anything that you do in life, I can't wait for the sun to rise in the morning now. I can't wait to get up and start my day. I like joke around with my daughter that the devil says, oh, shoot, her feet have hit the floor and she's off running, like really hit the floor and like really changing lives today, you know? So it's for anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what your education is. It doesn't matter what line of work that you've done. Nothing is more exciting to me than sitting down and helping somebody plan out their goals and their dreams and what they want to do. Because in this business, there's no limit. The sky, there's no limit. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to do it. You know, it's amazing. And when people say, "Oh, I don't have the time," well, I always say that successful people make decisions fast, and broke people never make decisions. Broke people never make decisions. They don't. And whoever has your ear has your life, right? Whoever is entertaining you now is training you now. So either align yourself with great people and movers and shakers and visionaries and people that are fighting for freedom and fighting for their dreams, or you stay left behind. And, you know, I feel that a lot of people, it's not just Aruba, but there is a poverty-stricken mindset there. They think that this is it. You know, your minimum loan or your minimum wage, or, you know, working for 40 years and retiring with 1,000 guilders a month pension. It's not it. There's much more to life than that. You know, to travel and experience and show your children that you're going to be the first generational change in your family, that you're going to change other people's lives as well. You know, be an inspiration to others. That's what I try to do every single day.
You mentioned something very interesting, right? That people think that this is it. How and why do you think that they are in this vicious cycle?
Well, I think it's all about paradigms. And I remember when I first started working with Darren, he was like, paradigm shift, paradigm this. I was like, what is a paradigm?
Yes.
I Googled it, and it's basically your belief system. It's how you were raised. It's the education that you received. It's your belief in yourself. It's what you see what your parents did, and you usually do the same thing. You know, you have to do a paradigm shift. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to grow yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And Darren helps us with that every single day. That's what's so valuable to me.
Do you think that fear is a huge blockage for us to change our paradigm? The fear of not knowing how or what to do?
The fear of the unknown is huge. The fear of failure is huge. But if you never try, you don't know that you can have success. So it's a lot about fear, of course. But like I said, you know, if you align yourself with successful people, and you align yourselves with leaders and leadership and a mindset shift, anybody can do this. Anybody can do it, because I'm seeing people around the world from all walks of life do it on a daily basis. It's so inspiring. It's amazing.
I also, you know, I think it's especially now during these times, people are they're afraid of the uncertain, of the uncertain, because you don't really know what's happening when or what or how to go with it. And I do believe, though, seeing the movement that you have created and changing lives here on the island, and not only here but also in Holland and the States and Denmark, that people are hungry for more. So we've come to an age, an era that we don't want to be fed up anymore and tired of trying and not accomplishing anything, and this gives opportunity, right? Tell us a little bit more about the opportunities that you've encountered, because you traveled to Dubai by joining this new business. I mean, it's like Dubai. Wow.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience. Well, with opportunity comes experiences, right?
Yep.
And with growth comes opportunity also. So I think that the best thing to do is to have more of a personal conversation with many women. Maybe we can set it up a bazaar and have a meeting to introduce the opportunities to everybody. But it's the main thing. It's travel and trading to travel. It's very cheap to get started, to launch a global business as well. When people use time and money as an excuse, well, if you're going to use time and money as an excuse, then you're just going to think of where you were last year and where you are today. Has anything changed? Do you want to make a change for 2022, or do you want to stay in the same place that you were last year or this year or the year prior? I think most people want to change. They just have never thought that they could afford to launch a global business. They never thought that they had what it took to launch a global business. They never had the belief to launch a global business. So that's where I come in. That's where Darren comes in as a mentor and a coach. I've become a business coach. And I'm so in my element. I love it so much. I've been in business for 20 years. I haven't worked for anybody in forever. I wouldn't know what it felt like to have a boss, but I'm one of the rare people, right? It's like it's such a small percentage of people in this world that are willing to go for it. And this one, I tell everybody all the time, I spend $30,000 a month in leases for my spas. I've spent over $1 million building my spas. I know what it takes to launch a business, to open a business. And this business, for $250, you can launch a global business, $250 to $1,000, depending. And I was, excuse me, where do I sign up? How do I do this? I want to be educating and training and motivating people to go for it on a global platform. It's really exciting. I'm so in my element. Everybody says, but you're in your element already. Yes, of course. I always wanted to be the best at anything that I've done. And I thrive on having the best team working at my spas, of course. But in this business, I want the best people also in my circle surrounding me. And it's getting more exciting every day as our team continues to grow.
Yes, and
Did I answer
you answered my question, and it's so I'm so happy. I have to say, I'm gonna say it live during the podcast. I'm so happy that for I don't know, for one way or the other, you introduced me to this amazing platform. I have to say, sometimes I think it's Chinese to me or Russian, I don't know. Because, it's again, right? The belief, the island, maybe a small island belief that you think, oh my God, we're talking trading. I would not know where to start with trading, but the platform is so easy and accessible, and the classes are easy to follow because you have different steps and you can follow those people who are in it already, and their class schedules, and you can follow the educators on Instagram as well, which motivate you to actually push harder and make it happen. So I've been seeing
Yeah.
Darren and some other of the educators or the inspirers via Instagram this week, and I'm like, oh my god, they're traveling and they're
Yeah.
doing all these, still doing the mindset
Yeah.
calls and still pushing the theme of the family all around the world, the globe, to change their lives, and that's a great element, because the only thing we can do right now is to make that shift in mindset and change our lives and help others do the
Yeah.
same.
So what I want to remind everybody is you do not go into an opportunity knowing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Think of when you start your job, when you
Mm-hmm.
started working for your company. How long does it take you to learn everything for a new company?
Forever.
If you start a new business, how long does it take you to figure it all out? So you
Mm-hmm.
don't go into an opportunity, you grow into one. So you shouldn't expect yourself and put that much pressure on yourself to know everything at once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning every day. This business is brand new to me. I've never done anything like this before in my life. I'm learning every single day, but I'm learning from the best in the industry and the most successful ones, and the 7 and the 8-figure income earners, or who are my mentors and my
Mm-hmm.
coaches, and also are your. So if you align yourself with people that have had success in any industry
Mm-hmm.
and anything you do, if you have a mentor and a coach that's had massive success in any industry, and that's your mentor and that's your coach, well, guess what? You can have the same success as Darren, as Johnny Wembury. He's like one of my favorites. He has. I'm reading his book now,
Mm-hmm.
called Millionaire Mindset, and he's a first generational millionaire in his family, and that's why I said to my daughter, I'm going to be the first generational millionaire in my family. And Johnny Wembury's story: his father was a trash man.
Wow.
You know, he doesn't come from money, but his father on his routes would take the kids and show them the life that he wanted his children to live.
Mm-hmm.
He exposed his children to dream bigger and to have more. Such an amazing book, so such an inspiration. But these are the people that are on our team, and it shows that, they don't come from anything either, but they've made greatness out of their lives by helping other people. Simply it comes down to helping other people.
Yeah, yes, and I think Darren mentioned that as well in one of our mindset calls, that indeed that, that some people would see from the outside and think, yeah, you come from royal blood or you come from money, right? But they just know part of it from what Instagram shows you, but they don't really know how much hard work was put into building that business. Like you putting
Right.
all your hard work and knowledge in building Indulgence for the 20 years, and even so building it for more years to come, and now launching this international business here on the island, and putting us in contact with great mentors is amazing, because I'm gonna say I'm a huge fan of Bob Proctor. And as you mentioned, Darren Gibson being mentored by Bob Proctor, I was sold. I'm like, yes, Bob Proctor.
Yes. Yes.
I love him. I follow all his podcasts and his videos, and when Darren talks to us about the mindset, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I heard this week, and it really
Yeah.
gets the juices flowing, right? Because then
Right.
you're aligned with something great. And I do want to take on this opportunity, of course, of the MuherFabulosa podcast to reach out and call on, for sure, to all the creatives, especially and now in the midst of, I don't know, whatever season, pandemic, the Rona we are in, but for us, for sure, to change our lives, and take upon this opportunity. And if you may have any questions, for Angie and for me, you can always reach us through our Instagram. Angie, which is your Instagram account, if you don't mind mentioning it right now on the podcast?
Yeah, it's indulgence_beauty.
Indulgence
Indul-
_beauty.
yes, correct. Yes.
And if you have any questions regarding our conversation this morning with Angie, you can easily reach out to her if you have more in-depth questions, or if you just want to know more, you can use my Instagram as well, Joseanne or MuherFabulosa, and for sure we will make sure to give you all the right answers, and more than ever help you change your lives just the way that Angie did and is pushing her team on Aruba to do the same. Amiga, I'm super happy we got to have this conversation this morning.
I was going to say, I want to end by this. This business has really put Aruba on the map globally. A lot of people, like in Dubai, I was like, we live in Aruba. Where is Aruba? Like, how does people not know where Aruba is? I was like in shock. But for the last 2 weeks, for the entire company, which is 192 countries, our team from Aruba has been on the leaderboard with the fastest growing team in the world. So that little island has some really amazing people with big dreams and big goals that are showing up week after week on the leaderboard as one of the top scoring teams and recruiters in the nation and the world. So that's really exciting. It makes me so proud to see people like yourself that are inspiring other people, and we just have to keep pressing forward and go for our dreams, like make it happen, and our freedom.
Yes, go for our dreams and make it happen. I'm gonna switch to papiamento very briefly. So, MuherFabulosa, me quer invitabo, no? Abo of ay MuherFabulosa, abo tame mach. Pabo trece cambio na bida. Pues inderdaad, nós pensa portar vivendo isa chiquito, tá hope difícil para nós por lançar arriba a nível internacional. However, nós temos hope criativo a haciele com música, com arte, e no momento nang aqui, boting persona nang maneira minha amiga Angie, com a lança de nível de plataforma de negócio, de tecnologia, trade and travel, para qual está compartiendo abundancia aquí, no solamente con mí, con Diva, con Itiana, con Spooky, pero que está compartiendo eso aquí con más y más personas fabulosas aquí en Aruba. Así que me quiera reach out na bo, si você está interessado para samas, você sempre contact nos via nos Instagram. Paso ideia mas onde é tempo ng kita para nós viva sem stress, para nós viva feliz, llena com amor e seguro para nós por viva com freedom, com vrijheid, com liberdade e abundância e viva nós vida que tanto nós merecer, right? Angie, I would like to thank you so much for taking time of your vacation, your well-deserved vacation. Let me add that.
Yeah. But I'm still working because I still love what I do.
I know. I see your messages very early.
Yes. Thank you so much. Blessings to you and to everybody else. And ladies, let's keep inspiring others and lifting each other up. And don't forget to clap for your friends and your colleagues and your family when they have a win. We just need to support each other and love each other and lift each other up. That's the key to greatness in life as well. And I feel that a lot of people forget that, really lifting each other up and clapping for you because you're amazing.
Clapping for you too, amiga. Right back at you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when you're back, but for sure we'll be in contact through our platforms. Okay. Love you, amiga.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So with this note, we conclude our episode number 10 of the MuherFabulosa podcast. I'm so happy that we got to have this conversation with Angie. And of course, with the hopes that we could have inspired, motivated, or educated you a little bit more of how you can also change your life and how you can take charge of your life by owning your own international business. It sounds almost surreal, but it is possible. Nothing in this world, as my affirmation of this morning says, can cannot be reached if you only have the right mindset to change your paradigm, to change that story, and looking into a brighter future. I want to remind you, of course, that you can always rewatch the podcast of Soppy Mix Studio Aruba of MuherFabulosa and all my other colleagues through your favorite podcast platform, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, so you can be updated with all our podcast of the week. And of course, giving up would never be an option, Amiga Fabulosa. Never be an option. Always share the love and happiness that you would like to receive in your life with others, and you will receive it back in sevenfold. Share the love. Peace.